What's going on, guys? It's Michael from GPURisers.com, and today we are going to be talking about our 3090 rig and how it's been doing while mining in the bunker. So I just wanted to go over a video discussing, the 3090 rig, how it's been doing, and with thermals and everything like that. So overall, it's been doing okay. It hasn't been doing as great as I want it to be doing. Now, as you can see here, currently this rig is pulling in about 905 mega hash, which means it's getting around, I want to say, 110 to 114 mega hash per card. So they are running at 100% fan speed. This one does have an error. However, I can confirm that it is running at 100%. You can see right here, a lot of these cards are very close together. That's because I originally chose this frame as, a 12 card frame that would be, suitable for 8 cards. However, kind of after putting this together, I realized that there's just not enough spacing in between these 3090s to give them the proper cooling that they need. So while cleaning out my shed, I did find this old Veta frame that I used for 8 cards, I want to say about 8 months ago, before switching over to these 12 card GPU frames. Now we do have the 12 card frame right there. However, I don't want to have these 3090s stacked. I might be wrong on that though. I'm not 100% sure, but I really want to have it kind of like that, where it's an open air frame, nothing on top of it, so the heat's able to just go out up to the ceiling and then out through the exhaust. So this frame was meant for 8. It gives it tons of more space between each card. So I do think I might actually convert the 3090 rig that we have and throw it on to this 8 card Veta frame. So if you do put this frame right here, you will see that we do get about, I want to say, 6 inches more on this side right here than how much we get on this other 12 card frame that I got. So about 6 inches will give the 3090s, I want to say, about 3/4 of an inch spacing more between each card than what it has now. So as you can see here, we probably have, I want to say, 1.5 inches right there. This one has 1 inch spacing between it. These are all fairly similar to that, about 1.5 inches to 1 inch. So adding 3/4 of an inch of spacing in between each of these cards, along with our 38 CFM fans, I think will drastically decrease the heat that is on the VRAM that we're experiencing right now. However, I do come into the problem with this frame where, if you look over here, you don't really have any connections to put the fans on it. And now I know that these frames do come with connectors. However, I did throw all of them out. We are hopefully actually getting a 3D printer in-house soon, where I'll be able to, print these parts out and create other ideas and other concepts to make our rigs work as most efficient as possible, which also does include little clips for the bottom. This is a Veta frame. I will not be utilizing this really, but for frames like down there, they have the little rubber ends there. However, they will still go through these metal grates that we have here on the bottom. So I won't actually have any fans on this one if I do convert it over at the moment. So I might actually want to hold off on that for a while. It is a shame because I'm losing hash right now because of this issue. However, what I could do actually is just get angled aluminum, 1 bar there that goes over to 1 bar there, kind of just do 2 rows. I've actually seen a Veta version that has that. And then put all the fans in between those 2 rods that support it. But I'm not 100% sure. If you guys have any ideas of where I could get those little clips right now, or anything that you've done in the past to be able to put fans on a frame like this, please drop a comment down below. We would definitely appreciate the help there. But it's really made me think a little bit more, especially looking down at our 8 card 3060 Ti rig there. Maybe it actually would be better just to put these 3090s all onto a rig that kind of is spaced out like that. However, the one worry I do have, like I said before, is these cards shoot off just a ton of heat right through here. Like anywhere that you see vents on these cards, it is just spraying heat out. The fans are at 100%. So I'm not really sure what to do there. Like I said, any recommendations, please drop a comment down below. So also, I'm not sure if you guys noticed, I do have a stabilizer on the camera right now. Please let me know if you guys think it's better this way or if it's better just me holding the camera. I know it does get a little shaky, and you know, for these videos that are me just with my hand here, there will be more videos, like I said, once we get the studio, you know, built out there. You can see a studio light right there. Once we get that all built out, it, you know, will be not just talking hand videos. So yeah, let us know if it's a little more smooth, you know, going this way. I think it's a little bit better, but please let us know in the comments down below. And we do have our cards still here that we want to get up as soon as possible. I do think I will be building the 6600 XT rig next. But then again, you know, I do want to get this 3090 rig kind of sorted out before I do that. However, I might just get that one up and going. Just to have this thing get filled in sooner rather than later. I do have cards sitting and they are profitable, so I do want to get this whole area filled in and up and going. So someone mentioned in one of the comments in the other videos what, you know, switches these are, what PDUs these are. These are APC 8941 PDUs. They are 30 amp PDUs that have, you know, multiple different, you know, outlets for different types of, you know, power supplies. They also, you know, right here do have a meter on them that, you know, shows the current wattage pull volts, the input volts going into them, and I really do recommend these. Also, someone did touch on, you know, whether you could control these different slots online. My different slots, I mean each different plug, you know, in case a rig goes down, maybe you might be able to turn one off and turn it back on to reset the rig if you're remote. And I think that's a very important question, and that's not something I even thought about. So I will be exploring that, because you can connect these to the networks and you are able to update them. So I do wonder if APC has the ability online to connect to these and control them. So I'll probably do a whole video on that. If you guys happen to have any of these and you know the answer to that, please drop a comment down below and let us know. So if you look right here, you can really see the height difference between the Veta frame that's, you know, an 8-card one, and then this one that I got off of eBay that's a 12-card one. Everything in this is very crammed together. You know, I thought it was not going to be an issue because we're only using 8 GPUs. But since we have the spacing on these racks, I mean, we really only used 3 levels here. I mean, it's not an issue when it comes to size, really. So we are able to go up much higher with this. I mean, you can look at the Veta frame right there. It's much higher than this one, and it's actually not nearly as high as this, and we actually do have a good amount of space right there. So I'm not sure why I didn't look in my shed for, you know, other frames that we had and just went with this one instead. So maybe this frame that the 3090s are on might actually be better with some of the 6600 XTs that we have over there. So I know that the 6600 XTs draw a very low wattage to the point where you can actually power 2 with a single 8-pin splitter. So it's not going to be nearly as hot as these, so I think that you can kind of cram them in together. So I am going to save this one, and I will use the 6600 XTs on something like this. My original plan was to put these 6600 XTs on a 12-card frame like this, and honestly I still might do it, you know, as I'm talking here. I did want to get them on there, but these 12-card frames that have been floating around for a while now, that we actually will be offering for sale in white soon, I think 6 cards are still going to be a little too tight on top there. So I don't know, maybe I'll go with a frame like that for the 6600 XTs. Maybe I'll put them on this. Like I said, I will be utilizing that Veta 8 GPU frame for these 3090s because they are just way too close together, and I'm losing about 10 mega hash on each of them, I think. So on this whole rig, I'm losing about 80 mega hash just from thermal, you know, throttling. So, you know, I will be using that 8 GPU frame again for this. I'm losing about, I want to say 10 mega hash probably on each card. So total rig mega hash, I'm losing about 80, and that's just from thermal throttling issues. So I think that it will be better in a wider frame. So yeah, I will try a couple of those things with the 3090s and keep everyone updated with that. We do still have our 3090 on our test bench right here. We have 3 other 3090s, so we have a total of 4 more that we could power with a 1600 watt EVGA power supply. I don't know if I'm gonna get any more at the moment. I might just put the 4 in a frame like this for the time being, and if I wanted to expand, I have the ability to do so. But I did learn from all of this that a frame like this will just not work. Quick update with the other things that are going on in here. We do have our blinking light still. We are going to be getting that fixed soon, and we are going to have another one put here. And so I'm not sure if you guys can see it. Yeah, you can. We have an air vent right there, and actually that's the only one that's going in here right now. We do have actually an air vent right there as well. and an exhaust back into the system. However, we are going to be putting more here. It's a long story, but this unit was joined with another unit. The HVAC systems were conjoined, and they are in the process of separating those out. And they will need to move a certain amount of CFM into this unit, which for me, the more the merrier. We don't keep it real cool in here. You know, while I'm doing the filming and stuff like that and working in here, I try to keep it at around 78. But the ambient temperature in here is usually right around 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And it usually stays right around that because, like I said, the heat here does float all the way up to the ceiling and then gets pulled out. So right around here, there's not really a whole bunch of heat until obviously you know, you're right here. But when I'm standing, I would say right about here, I don't feel the heat from this rig. And so if I don't feel the heat from, you know, 830-90s pumping out heat, I think I will be okay with, you know, smaller rigs here. I do not think I will be building a rig more powerful than that. And just separating these out will make it, you know, a heat dissipation much better. And I've said in the other videos, I still need to utilize this one. I will be putting another one of these racks right here, moving these into rigs eventually, and then I will have a box wall with cards probably going on there. I think anyone kind of into GPU mining loves the boxes, or maybe it's just me, but I do plan on keeping all of them. We actually do have some of these other frames here. They are Veta frames. They stopped making them a while back, but those are 6-card frames, and I really did enjoy them for a long time. So I think I'm gonna hold on to these to, you know, maybe utilize them later on. Here is another 8-card Veta frame that I had in my shed as well. And we do have another PDU right here that will go on to a 3rd rack that will be right here. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to give an update on the 3090 rig, how it's doing. It was definitely an interesting build. Like I said, I think the next rig that I will be doing will involve the 6600 XTs, and I will be bringing over some of my old rigs that I have in my other mining location. You know, it's getting cooler here in Florida, so it's not that big of an issue. However, this is a commercial facility that does have cheaper electricity, so I do want to get them moved over as soon as possible. And I'll give an update on, you know, when I do that. I do believe the next one I'm going to move over is my Zotac 6-card 3070 Ti rig, which the 3070 Ti's I am going to be doing an update video soon. Those get around 62 mega hash now with the new T-Rex miner. I really do love those cards. But yeah, I'll give an update on all of that later on. Someone did also mention in my server rack right over there to put in a firewall, and I think that that is a great idea to keep all of these rigs isolated on their very own network. I'm not very familiar with network firewalls, but you know, it's something I want to learn, and it's something I'm definitely interested in. So I will probably be doing a video series on that for, you know, anyone that might be interested in setting up a similar operation. And I know I got wires everywhere. I am going to hold off on doing, you know, cable management and stuff. I know it's, you know, you should be doing it as you go, but I am going to put that on the bottom of the priority list probably until it gets to the point where it's a problem, and then I will be regretting that decision. So again, guys, I just wanted to give you a little update on what we're doing here at the GPURisers mining bunker. I hope everyone watching this has a great rest of their day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.